when I was younger and growing up, I always told myself, by the time I'm 25, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have a great job, you know, like my family's going to be so proud of me, I'm going to start having my first kid, and because I'm not on that timeline, I feel like, you know, what is my purpose in life? Like, why am I here?
Hey, beautiful, 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 beautiful angel. Love your imperfections, every anger. Tomorrow comes and goes before you know.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Cal's Place. Just kidding, I can't sing for crap. Okay, so welcome back to Cal's Place, everybody. How's everyone doing today? So as you can see, I just uploaded a video late this morning, like at 2 in the morning. Sorry if it took so long for me to upload my Valentine's Day vlog. So what happened is that me and Amber originally were supposed to go to Disneyland. That's not happening. That never happened. It turned out it was raining that day and I wasn't going to take the chance because I don't want to go when it's raining because I feel like that ruins it because I don't like rain. So, and my camera's not waterproof. Just saying. So, we're actually going to go late March when I'm on my spring break for school. So that's exciting. Yeah, so sorry about that, you guys. So before we get this video started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please like, comment, and leave a comment down below of what you think of last video, this video, and don't forget to watch all of my previous videos. Okay, so today's video is going to be a bit of a serious talk, not too serious, but just a little bit. I've been doing a lot of weird serious talks lately about like stuff in my life, but next video I promise it's going to be a very fun video. I'm hoping to get Amber up in this so we can do a challenge video. I haven't thought of it yet, but we're definitely most likely going to do a challenge video next time just to kind of keep it fun and keep it kind of rolling in place. So I feel like I wanted to make this video because I feel like it relates to a lot of people my age, and if you're not my age, then obviously then maybe one day it will relate to you. So what I'm going to talk about today is I am, as most of you know, I am 24 years old. I am actually 24 and a half. The half counts, people. The half counts. And I am turning 25 on August 1st. So I was born in 1994. So I'm a 90s baby. 90s babies are the best. So I'm here to talk to you guys about why it sucks being in your 20s and why it's harder than most people realize it is. So obviously I've been in my 20s for a while, almost 5 years. Now let me just give you a bit of a background about what happened with me in high school and why I am telling you why it does kind of suck to be in your 20s. Now I'm not saying it's bad, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying everyone is going to feel the same way as I do. There are going to be many other people who don't even know what the frick I'm talking about. And they're going to be like, what are you talking about, Cal? I am 23 years old and I'm having the best time of my life right now. Okay, yeah. Yes. It's like, yes, some people are out there and they are enjoying their 20s. Kudos to you. But then there's some people like me who are having a hard time adjusting, and I'm in my mid-20s now and I'm still adjusting. So I feel like by the time I adjust, I'm going to be like 35. So, but this is just a video just to kind of that relates to people my own age and kind of relates how if you feel the same way as I feel, and just to kind of prepare for you people if you're not in your 20s, and just to kind of give you a little bit of advice and tips and how to conquer life in your 20s. But, let me give you like a little bit of a small run background about me when I was in high school. When I went to high school, you guys, I moved from another town. I think most of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but I moved from another town and I moved across town about 25 minutes away from where I grew up. The reason for that is that my family found a house here in my little town and I decided to go to high school here. Now, don't ask me why. My mom gave me the opportunity. Do you want to go to high school with the friends you grew up with? I had many friends and I was just like, you know what? I want a fresh change. I want to try something different. I want to meet new people. So I decided to go to a completely new high school with only 1,000 students. Now, if you guys don't know, 1,000 students in a high school is very, very small high schools are typically from 2,000 all the way to 4,000 to 5,000 students. And not everyone knows everybody. You can pass by the same face twice and you wouldn't even know who they are. In my high school, everybody knew everybody. Everyone had grown up together. Everybody knew each other's family. Everybody knew each other's business. It was insane. So here I am, new girl, walking into a new school who did not know anybody. I did not grow up with any of these people. Now, I did know my two cousins. My two cousins went to school with me. My cousin Amanda was a senior in high school, and my cousin Mario was my age, and he was a freshman like me going into high school. So, all I can say is my freshman year sucked. That was true. My freshman year sucked because I didn't have many friends, and the friends I did have were seniors, and I hung out with my senior friends every day, but my senior friends were leaving the next year. So who was I going to hang out with the next year for my sophomore year? So my sophomore year, I found out like a small group of friends that I kind of enjoyed spending time with. Kind of enjoyed, not kind of enjoyed. We didn't really have much in common. They really didn't include me in anything and like outside activities, which was kind of lame. But eventually, in my sophomore year, I started dating this guy. And this guy was a great guy. His name is Anthony, and he hung out with these great group of people. And he said, hey, hang out with me and my friends. We're going out now. Come hang out with us at lunch. In the morning even. Doesn't matter. Come hang out with us. And I was like, okay, well, he's my boyfriend. I'm going to hang out with him and his friends. When I met his friends, they were the best people you would ever meet in your life. These are the friends the kind of friends you want to have by your side every single day. These are the kind of friends who will stick up for you and who are going to be loyal to you no matter what. These are the type of friends that I made in high school because of Anthony. Me and Anthony actually broke up after like 2 months, but we still stayed friends after our breakup, and I still stayed in that group of friends. And there was a bunch of us. There's like about 15 of us, technically. I think total 15 of us. And we became all really close. They've known each other since they were in freaking elementary school, guys. Like how I knew my friends back in Ventura. And they were just like, but they didn't care that I was new. They were like, hey, well, come on in. We'll include you, blah, blah, blah. So, short story short, I had the best high school life. I had everything going for me. It was amazing. I got to the dances. I had these great friends. No, I didn't go with any guys or anything, but I had these great group of friends. And you know what? No, don't get me wrong. I still had my load of drama. I had drama with my best friend. I had drama with a girl who wasn't even in our group who wanted to make my life miserable, but that's another story for another time. Don't get me wrong. Again, don't get me wrong. I did have my drama, but generally, I had an amazing high school life, and it was so amazing that I hope my kids can have the same high school lifestyle that I had, because I was so blessed and I was so lucky to be with these friends because they were just amazing individuals. And to this day, like, I don't keep in contact with a lot of them, unfortunately. So this is where it gets into my story. So this is why I'm telling you that sometimes being in your 20s suck, because of sometimes of the previous life that you used to live kind of makes it a little bit difficult when you're in your 20s. Let's just say that. Since I had a fabulous life in high school, I thought I was going to have a fabulous life in community college, which I did. Okay, I'm not going to deny that. I went to community college with all of my friends from high school, maybe minus a couple, but majority, we all went to community college together. We still had a blast. We still hung out every day, 20,000 times a day, at school, outside of school. We were still close. So technically, I still had the best life. But I also did not have such a good life either, because being in your 20s is a lot harder than being in high school, if that's no surprise to you. I'm telling you guys this because I feel like a lot of kids go through it these days. It happened to my cousin Mario, for example. My cousin Mario, without giving too many personal information, my cousin Mario was a jock. He was one of the most popular guys at school, like top 3. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, top 3 most popular guys at school. He had all the girls throwing at him, blah, blah, blah. He had everything he could go for. He was a football team. Don't get me wrong, my cousin's a great guy. But he had a lot of jerky friends that I didn't like. But, I think his high school life, in his opinion, was probably better than mine. But I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to ask him that, obviously. But what happened to Mario after high school was the fact that he just kind of didn't know what to do with his life. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to go to college. He didn't want to do anything. He decided to go to Channel Islands at first. Channel Islands University is a university in Ventura County, if you guys don't know. And he decided to only go there because his girlfriend at the time went there. And because they broke up, he dropped out of the first semester at university. So it was insane. And he just went through a lot of ups and downs. He was trying to find himself. He didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. He had these weird end job, security, working at a golf course. He wasn't really making any money, and the money he was making, he was using it on partying, going out with his friends, and he just wasn't saving money. He didn't have a car. He had to keep borrowing his car from his parents. He wanted to join the military. It kept not working out, blah, blah, blah. Now it's safe to say that he is finally in the Air Force, and he's doing an amazing job, and he's doing wonderful. But the thing is that in our family, he was kind of considered not like a loser, but very lost. And I didn't get lost until 2 years ago. So my community college years were very fabulous. They were great. I had a great time. I was working, saving money. Everything was great. But it was not until my ages of 23 till now, 22 to 23 to now, is what I'm talking about, why being in your 20s is so difficult. The reason I say that is because I'm going to open up to you guys. The truth is that I've been depressed, like, a lot. I've gone through depression many times in my life. My depression is, it got out of hand at a couple of points. And it's because I missed my old life. That's pretty much the whole bottom line of this whole thing, is that I missed my old life. I missed my high school life. I missed my high school friends. I missed all of them. I missed all the times that I had in high school. And I would just tell myself, if I could go back, I would go back. I would do it all over, and I would do it even better. Like, I would make so many, I would make these changes, but a lot of the time I was just like, I just want to go back. I want to go back to my old life. My life was perfect back then. My life is complete crap now. Like, I hate my life. Like, I don't know what God wants for me. I don't know what I want for me. I don't know what my parents want for me. My friends want for me. It was insane. I kept thinking about what other people wanted from me, and I think that's probably one of the problems I had. I didn't think about it myself. I kept thinking about what people wanted, and I was trying to make other people happy, when in reality I should have been trying to make myself happy. And because I wasn't making myself happy, I obviously wasn't happy. I wasn't happy in Sacramento. I wasn't happy at school. I was having a miserable time. Yeah, I joined a sorority and everything. It sucked. It really sucked joining a sorority, because I think it made everything worse, because I was supposed to be kept busy, but sometimes what's truly the most saddest thing is when you're alone, even though you're surrounded by a group of people. Now, in a sorority, there was 70 girls. I felt alone in my sisterhood. Actually alone. I felt like no one really genuinely loved me as a friend or as a person. And that drove me more over to the edge of depression. And I kept thinking, man, like, I would give anything to be a teenager again. I want to go back to being 16, 17, 18. Those were the best years of my life. I want to do it again. 19, 20, 21 even, because that's when I was in community college. And I was just hating my life, and I was just so depressed, and I didn't know what my life was meant for me to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what career I wanted to do. I didn't even know who my friends were anymore. I didn't want to disappoint my parents, And there was this song that I found that I just showed my friend the other day, Amber, and a girl is singing in the song, obviously, and she's saying how she misses her old self because because everything used to be so easy. And now in the song, she's saying that she didn't choose this new life, that it chose her, and she doesn't like it, and she wishes she could go back in time because she wants to be her old self again. And she would talk about how she used to be strong and confident and beautiful, and she felt like she was on top of the world. And in the lyric, she said, "She's gone, but she used to be mine." And I relate to that, because I miss my old self. I miss how confident I used to be. I miss how I liked feeling attractive. I miss being thin. I I'm not thin anymore, you guys. I'm pretty curvy. I used to be curvy back then too, but I had a flatter stomach. I had a really nice body, and I really took advantage of that because I thought at the time that I was actually really fat, and in reality, I wasn't. Now I'm having weight problems because now my face gets bigger when I gain weight, my hips get bigger, my legs get bigger, my stomach gets bigger. I'm not really happy with my body right now. And even though I'm in a better place than I was 2 years ago, it's still a struggle to try and make myself happy every day and trying to keep myself busy and trying to interacting with my friends and, just trying to make the best of my life. The truth is that in high school, everything's kind of handed to you. Your class schedules, your books, sports that's made for you. Everything in high school is done for you. Growing up, elementary school, middle school, high school, everything is done for you all those years. And it's like as soon as you step out of those doors of high school, you are completely alone. And a lot of people might say, well, you have your friends, you have your family. Yeah, you have your friends and your family supporting you, but technically, you're alone. You have to make adult decisions. You have to start paying for your bills now. You have to figure out if you want to go to school. Is college for you? Is college not for you? And if college isn't for you, how are you going to make money? Because money, getting a job is really hard these days. It's not easy to make money. And my major is event planning. I'm not going to make a lot of money with my major, but am I going to be happy and content with my career? Absolutely. I just won't be making much money, and that's totally fine with me. But sorry, I lost my track of thought. But these last 2 years, I've really felt alone, and loneliness is something that it's hard to conquer because when you're lonely, it's like when I'm lonely, personally for me, I want people's attention. I want people texting me. I want people calling me. And if I don't have people texting me or calling me, I feel like I'm not wanted. And I never used to feel like that in high school. And the thing is that has to a lot again, and it has a lot to do that people change after high school. You guys have to keep in mind you're not going to have the same friends as you do in high school. People are going to depart. People are going to get married, have kids. All of the friends I had in high school, majority are married now with like 3 kids. And they're living the best of their life. I mean, yeah, they probably struggled to get at that point, but they're 24 and married with kids. And I'm still barely going back to community college for my second associates, and I still technically don't know how I want to get to my career. Yeah, I want to be an event planner, but how am I going to get to that point? There's just a lot of process in the whole thing. And that's how I'm just so lonely a lot of the I was lonely. I mean, I'm still I still have to fight with my loneliness, but back then when I was living in Sacramento, it was just awful because every day I felt lonely. Every day I was stuck in my room depressed because I felt so unwanted. And I felt no one was helping me and no one wanted to help me. And my mom couldn't help me because she lived so far away. It was hard. It was really difficult. Those 2 years were the most difficult in my life because I felt so alone in this world. I even lost my touch with God because I felt like God couldn't help me. I thought I had to fix it on my own. But that's not necessarily true. You have to reach out to God so He can help you and He can help you find the right path for yourself. Now, presently, I'm a lot better with my loneliness. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the time, I still feel lonely. But if I feel lonely, I just text one of my really good friends that I have now, and then they'll always make me feel better. I love my job, too. I love going to work. That's always makes me happy is going to work. It keeps me distracted, and I have my friends there at work. So I'm not saying I'm living the best of my life, but it's a struggle, and I have to pay my bills. I have to pay my car insurance. I have to pay my car. I have my phone bill. I have my Netflix bill, my Hulu bill. It's like all these bills come together, and I'm spending about $400, $300 to $330 a month on bills alone. And because my mom can't help me because she has her own bills, and because I'm almost 25, my mom tells me, you have to do your own bills. Like, you have to help me now. And I'm at that point. And then again, a lot of the time I felt lonely was because I didn't have a boyfriend. I felt like I needed to have a boyfriend to fulfill my loneliness, to be my other half. And that's how I thought I was going to conquer my loneliness, which isn't true. You're not going to... a lonely person should not get into a relationship. A lonely person needs to focus on themselves. They need to learn how to love themselves. And at that point, and I'm still at the process of loving myself. I'm getting better, obviously, every single day. It's not as bad as it used to be. But it's merely about that. It's just learning to love yourself. And I've always had a problem with that, even when I was a kid. But eventually, it just got so much worse when I was in Sacramento. And then it just erupted. And I eventually dropped out of college. I was depressed and I felt like no one wanted me, and I would go out with these sleazy guys, and they would just use me, and it was awful. And then it would make me even more depressed when these guys would use me, and then I would be in a lower place. I was such in a low place in my life, and I am so appreciative of the friends I have now, because the friends I have now, I literally have a few group of friends. I can probably count them. I think I have 8 friends, literally. I have 8 friends. And those 8 friends, yeah, it's a little amount of friends compared to the ones I had in high school, but the ones I have now are very loyal. They're very forthcoming. They're there for me. And I feel like every time, if I ever get into a fight with a friend, it depresses me, because I don't want to get into a fight with my friend. I love my friends. My friends mean the world to me. I can't imagine them not being in my life now, because I love the small group of friends that I have, especially my best friend Amber, as you all have met. She's my rock. She is my other half. She keeps me going. She's one of the people in my life that keep me going, that helps me wake up every single day of my life. And I'm sure it's the same way for her. Amber goes through the same thing. She goes through her struggles as well. She feels what I feel. Amber, she's been lonely also, because, again, she misses high school. We miss our high school life because it was so easier. Our life was easy. We had the friends. We had the popularity. People wanted to hang out with us. People wanted to be us, It was so simple for us back then. And it was simple because we saw our friends every day. It was simple because we saw our friends every day. So of course they're going to be our close friends if we see them every day. But when you get into college and you don't see them every day, you start to lose touch. And you're not in the mood to keep in contact. It's kind of a weird how that goes, but that's what's happened to a lot of me and my friends. Because we didn't see each other every day out of high school, we just slowly eventually lost touch. I lost my best friends after high school besides Amber. I lost 2 of my best guy friends after high school because things happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I was depressed after high school graduation because I knew things were going to be different and I wasn't going to be able to keep all my same friends. I lost a few friends right after high school, but majority of the ones that were in my group I kept, who I hung out with at community college. But when I moved to Sacramento, I knew it was going to be hard because I was moving so far away. And my friends were still off getting married, and they were still trying to figure out what they have to do. And I thought maybe things would improve when I would move back here in June, when I came back in June. Things did not improve because my friends have their own life now. And, I have to have my own life, and I can't always count on the old friends that I had in high school because they're married, they have kids, and, and now we don't even have anything in common. It's just one of those things where also people fade out, and, you have so much common in high school, but it's like, did you really have everything in common in high school, or were you just friends with them because they were there? And I feel like that's what happens a lot of time. You're friends with people because they're there and you see them every day. Are you really friends with them because you genuinely care about them and you know everything about them? Or is it just because they're there? With the small group of friends I have now, I'm very thankful for. And I love my friends. I can't imagine. My friends understand me more than my own family. I love my family, but the truth is my family doesn't understand me. And I think that's why a lot of the time I've always felt lonely, because I've always felt like the black sheep in the family. When I came back from dropping out of college, a lot of my cousins and uncles and aunts, they were just so disappointed in me because I didn't make it. I didn't graduate from college right away. I didn't graduate at 23 years old like everyone was supposed to do. And I just wrote a post about this on Facebook, and I said, and I was feeling, again, it was just one of those days I was feeling really down because I feel in my life I'm not really going anywhere. I feel like I'm not going towards my career goal. I'm a college dropout. I'm almost 25 years old. My friends are married. They have kids. And where am I? I don't even have a boyfriend. I don't have any of that. And, and I'm living with my parents again. I'm living with my mom and my grandparents. When am I going to move out? Till the day I get married? When's that going to be? I feel like when we're growing up, they tell us that everything's on a time limit. You graduate high school this year, you go to college right after, you graduate 4 years later, and then you're on the way to your career path. That is what they teach you when you're growing up. And when you don't go by that timeline, you feel like you're at a loss, and you feel like you're a loser, and you feel like you're insignificant. And that's how I always felt. And that was always the problem with my loneliness and with my depression. I've always felt that I've been left out when everyone is so further ahead of me with their college degrees, with their marriages, with their kids, with their money. I'm working at a freaking shoe store still. Not that there's anything wrong with working at a shoe store, but it's like I wanted to be doing something else. I already want to be at my career. I already want to be working for Disney Studios or for whatever company that I want to work for in event planning. And I'm so far from it, and I was getting depressed because just a couple weeks ago, because I realized that I'm 24 and a half now, and it's going to be my 25th birthday this August, and I am nowhere where I thought I would be. When I was younger and growing up, I always told myself, by the time I'm 25, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have a great job, my family's going to be so proud of me, I'm going to start having my first kid, and because I'm not on that timeline, I feel like, what is my purpose in life? Like, why am I here? This girl was so mean in high school, but how is she further up ahead than me? And I always felt like, is God punishing me? Is he punishing me because, for dropping out of college? Is he punishing me for other things in the past? Why are these people who were awful in high school, how are they so far up ahead? How are they dating these amazing people when I keep dating these losers, when I keep dropping out of school, when I keep failing my classes, I keep fighting with my mom about bills? It's like, I looked at it as unfair. It was just so unfair and screwed up to me. And it is. You have to be honest. It is screwed up. It is unfair. I think it is unfair still. I do believe I should be where I want to be, but at the same time, you make your own path. You make your own choices. I chose to join a sorority. I chose to get distracted. I chose to date these losers. Because I always kept dating these losers because I thought you give yourself what you think you deserve. And I always thought I deserved nothing but losers because I always thought I was a loser myself. So I always thought, well, if I'm a loser, I should just be with a loser, a guy who uses me. And you don't want to do that because you're worth so much more than that. Every person in this world is unique. And I don't know what my purpose is yet. I don't know when I'm going to get my career. I don't know when I'm going to graduate college. I don't know when I'm going to finally stop working at the shoe store. I don't know when I'm going to get married. I don't know when I'm going to start dating my person. I don't know any of it. I don't know when that is going to happen in my life. But the only thing that I know is that I can make my own path. I can make my own destiny. Everyone is in charge of making their own destiny. So if I want to get married, if I want to work in event planning at Disney, if I want to get a good job besides the shoe store between now and college, I have to make my own destiny and I have to make it happen. I have to start searching for jobs more. I have to work harder. I have to try harder. And I have to believe and have my faith in God because I am religious. And I think that if I have God by my side, anything can happen and He will direct you to the right path. Everything in this world happens for a reason. And along the lines, my mom told me growing up, God does not take away things to punish you, but He only does it to give you something better in return. And I strongly believe in that. And even though I feel like my life is confusing being in my 20s, and yeah, I miss being in high school, and yeah, I miss my old days, but I still can't take my life for granted. I have to feel very blessed for what I have. I have food on my table every day. I have a family. I have a mom. I have my grandparents. I have my little small group of friends. Yeah, they're small, but are they good friends? Absolutely. I have a job. I'm making money. There's so many homeless people out there who are living on the streets. It's like you have to think, even though your life isn't where you want it to be, you have to think, you have to look at the positives and you have to look at what God has given you so far. And so far, God has given me a lot. I am very blessed. But sometimes you think you aren't, and you think that you're a loser, you think you aren't worthy because you think about this timeline where you're supposed to be. And you don't have to go by other people's timeline. Every person is going to have their own timeline for a specific reason because it's going to lead them to the path that God wants you and yourself to be at and lead to. I may not be at the correct timeline, or not even correct. I may not even be at the timeline where everybody else is at. I might not be graduated from college or anything like that. But at least, again, at least I have a family. I have food on my table. I have a family who tries to care about me and who tries to understand. You know, I have friends who do care about me and want to be in my life and want to spend time with me. And I think overall, that's kind of what you have to think about, is think about the things that you do have and try not to think about the things that you don't have yet, because eventually you're gonna have it. It may take time and may take longer than others, but you know, it's just the way it is, and it's the way God wants you to live your life, and this is the path that you're supposed to go by. But anyways, I kind of just wanted to get my point across, and I just kind of wanted to talk about that and why it really is difficult being in your 20s, why it does suck sometimes being in your 20s, because life isn't easy, and it's gonna throw freaking rocks at you, and you just have to keep dodging them. But when you overcome it, you know, there's a quote that I read in a book once that I want, you know, that I kind of want to, hopefully it gets the message across to everybody here before I end my video. And it goes, in life, sometimes you just have to get through the rain in order to see the sunlight. You have to get through the rain in order to see the sunlight. And right now, I'm in a big puddle of rain. But I honestly can't wait until I'm in the sunlight, because I know everything will be worth it in the very end. And that's kind of how I want to end my video, you guys. But I hope this wasn't too down of a video. I don't mean to be like that, but I kind of wanted to talk serious. I wanted to help people, you know, because you're not alone if you think you are. There's a lot of people who myself think the same way. Amber thinks like me as well, sometimes, a lot of the time, and I have other friends who also think the same way. Living life after high school is difficult, but you just kind of have to make the best of what you're given. But anyways, you guys, that's it for me today. Thank you again for coming back to my channel. Please subscribe. Please follow me on my social media, my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my Twitter. And again, for you guys next time, I'm definitely going to have a challenge video with you for you guys, hopefully with my best friend Amber, because who else? But yeah, so that's it for me. Please leave a comment down below. How do you relate to this story? Do you relate to me at all? Do you know people who do relate to me? And have you overcome it already? Are you already living the best of your life? And tell me, what was your experience? And how did you make it through in the end? But anyways, you guys, that is it for me. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good week. I will be definitely uploading again in a couple days. See you guys next time. See ya. Bye-bye.
Sometimes it feels like you're